Hey guys, and welcome to another devlog episode. Today we will be talking about the new game mode I added to my game. It's a type of wave game mode and it should be like a kind of fun game mode that you can replay and unlock more collectibles that make the game more fun. For example, new weapons or some way to boost your health so you can live longer. I also have to make an announcement at this point. I will be hosting a demo on itch.io for the game on the 26th of February. If you are interested in that, keep up with my YouTube channel, like and subscribe if you like my content. And check out my game's demo on the 26th of February. The first 3 people to make it past wave 50 and send me a picture of it will get an Easter egg in the finished game. Without further ado, let's jump in the video and look at the changes, improvements and features I added and made. So I started off creating a little map here. It's pretty cool, I think. It has lots of details. For example, different materials that resemble metal or stone. This is also a very early point of the map. It isn't done at all at this point. There are only like a few cables hanging from the ceiling. Not much in terms of decorative stuff, but that gets better later on. Here you can see the map again with some effects added like fog. And here you can also see the first wave system where enemies spawn in waves and will attack you. This is nowhere near the end point for this map. It gets a lot more added later on, but you will see what I'm talking about. And the wave system is pretty barren right now. That's because of a lack of enemies, but that gets fixed later. I added more enemy types. And even at this point, it's pretty challenging to complete the waves. I probably have to do some balancing before releasing the demo, because right now, with how the whole system works, reaching to the 50th stage is pretty much impossible. But at the same time, reaching it should be very hard and you should require the best weapons to reach it. All in all, I'm pretty happy with how difficult the game is right now. It's a little hard, but I had kind of worry that it would be too easy and there would be no challenge, but that's out of the window. Here you can see a little preview of the weapon switching system. It isn't really that special, but I would like to address it. It's pretty straightforward. It works like any other weapon switching system. Just press the number of your weapon and it switches to it. I have to add a UI later, but that's for a later time. I also finally figured out how to do a sway effect when moving around. That you can see here now. I think it looks pretty clean and it fits with the style of the game well. I also added some new effects to the level, as you can see, and I prevented from people sprinting backwards, because that's just something games don't have most of the time, and I think it looks weird when those little lines that indicate your speed get triggered when moving backwards. I also added a new way to remove your grappling hook while grappling. You can just press space now and you will keep the momentum from your grappling hook and launch forward. This looks pretty straightforward, but it was actually kinda hard. I needed to find some way to keep the momentum on a character controller and that wasn't easy, but it turned out pretty fine. I also made this pretty simple prototype of a shop system. You can just press the arrows and you can look at all your weapons. What I show later is that you will be able to buy these weapons, and the shop kind of acts like an inventory at the same time. You see what weapons you own and you can select them or deselect them. Pretty straightforward, but it looks pretty good and it gets even better, in my opinion. So now you might think, how do you obtain the currency to buy those weapons? Well, it's just by killing enemies. Harder enemies give you more currency and easier enemies give you less. But we had a problem with that. How do you obtain currency if you have no weapon? You can't kill an enemy. So I put this pistol in the game, which will be your starter pistol. It's nowhere near one of the best guns. It's pretty bad, but it will get you going and you will be able to get enough currency to buy your first weapons. And here you can see it in action. I really like the reload animation where he throws it up in the air. I'm a fan of that. And here you can see a more improved version of the shop again. You can now buy guns which will be saved, what guns you buy, and you can select them and deselect them. It's pretty cool in my opinion, but I really need to add more guns. I want to have at least 20 guns in the game. Then I added one more enemy type, which is the drone, which flies around, and I want to add explosive bullets to it, but I couldn't figure it out right now and I didn't have time to figure it out. So it just has normal bullets at the time, but it should be a later enemy which comes later in the stages, and it should be pretty hard to defeat. So we are basically at the end of my part in this video. I will just be showing some gameplay at the end so you can get a better feel for it. And make sure to check out the demo on itch.io on the 26th of February. I hope you like what you see and you enjoy these videos. Maybe you will even stick around till the launch of the game. Bye.